Remember our fantastic Victorian houses we drew out last week? This week, we'll bring them to life with color and with a three-dimensional element. If you didn't finish your details for your windows, your roof designs, or perhaps adding extra elements like a ghost, bat, moon, or more, go ahead and do that first. See, even Miss G wanted to change something on hers too, so that's why we usually work in pencil first. Alright, but now we're going to talk about adding color. So I'm going to use a purple for my Victorian home, but you could choose any color you like. Perhaps the darker the better. I'm going to start with my outlines first. Once I have the outlines for my house, I'll move to the outlines for my roofs. I chose to do a different design per each roof area, so I think I'll choose a different color for each too. Did you know the secondary colors, which are green, orange, and purple, are typically used within Halloween color schemes? So I think I'll go ahead and use those for my roofs. Now I'll move on to my windows. What color do you want yours to be? I want the shape to be a dark color to match the dark color of my house. So then I think I'll do my shutters with a darker green too. Depending on how your home looks, it's probably gonna look different than mine. And that's pretty much how we want it to be, because the cool thing about these Victorian homes is that they were very detailed and unique in their own ways, so very often you didn't see the same exact houses side by side together. I'm going to wrap up my outlining by doing my last few details of my ghost, pumpkin, spiderwebs, hand, and kitty cat. What spooky elements are inside your Victorian haunted house? Ready to see some magic happen? Check it out, my finished Victorian haunted house. Okay, let me rewind and let's go through it first. You can color in your haunted house however you would like. I will show you some tips that I'm going to use for mine, but again, it's your choice. So for instance, if I want to go ahead and start on my windows, I can use yellow to show the lights being on in a particular room. If I want them to appear off, I could just use straight black. Or I could do a white layer and blend some black in to kind of give it a bit of a hazy look. Guess what? I could even add in some spooky dark green and dark blues. Check out how I added a broken window as well. I start by drawing a shape with a lot of points, And then from each of those points, I'm going to draw a little line that extends out to the edge of the pane. Spooky. So I worked to put colors for my roofs, shutters, and doors, but now for my actual house, maybe I want to add some contrast with some stripes. I'll keep them both purple, but one will be lighter than the other. I can also add in some blues and greens to maybe make the appearance of some shadows. Lastly, remember that long vertical rectangle we made to go off the edge of our house down at the bottom? Go ahead and color that in too. I'm going to do it as a dark patch of grass, so I'll use some dark greens, maybe some blacks, but you could fill it in to be part of your house, or perhaps something else. Use your imaginations here, artists. Ooh, I'm all done. Ready for some more magic? It's all cut out! Okay, let me go back again. So again, we need to cut out our house, including that long rectangle strip. You'll also want to cut out a long rectangle from your extra cardboard because that's going to be the base for that 3D element I mentioned. If you're working on paper, what you may want to do is have about 3 sheets that you glue onto the back of your regular paper just to make it a little bit thicker for when you go to stand it up. Now that our Victorian haunted house is cut out, we're going to need to bend the parts that extend past the house. This will become part of our stand, so we want to do it to both sides. Then place a line of glue on the bottom of your house and on those sides, and glue it down to that base we just talked about. Hold it nice and steady for about 30 to 60 seconds. If you don't have glue, you can try tape. Once it's dried, your house will now stand. It's alive! Well, sort of. All right, artists, I can't wait to see what your Victorian haunted houses look like.